Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I am going to do a random collective reading. I do astrology and tarot. If you are interested in that, my information is down below. I do them over Zoom, which is cool because then you get to keep a video. If you're in Texas, you can come and see my ass. Well, not specifically that region of my body, but as a figure of speech in person. I'm just gonna bless you, bless me. I like to come into these readings generally with something, and I got nothing. My meditation was for me today. So we're just gonna see what comes out in this general reading. It is general, don't force it to fit. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If I'm not for you, don't force me to fit. Although, as I always say, people are free to hate watch. Okay. So what's going on? Ooh, Knight of Cups. We have something to offer. The Knight of Cups is in this deck, it looks romantic, but the Knight of Cups is really about like he's gallant, he's like demonstrative, he's affectionate, he's loving. The cups are unconditional love, our emotions. Cups pour, so we might be holding our like cup of unconditional love, wondering what do we want to pour it into? So what's in front of us? That is the internal card. Oh, Judgment. I love this Judgment card because it's like releasing her, like it really highlights that we are, whatever we judge in others, we're judging in ourselves, So acknowledging the parts of ourselves that we hide, that we don't want to acknowledge, and releasing those. So maybe that's really funny because whatever. You know what? I wrote in my journal today that this channel is for me. So if anybody is like watching it, you're maybe kind of a voyeur, which is cool. Like I think 9/10 of my spiritual journey in the beginning was voyeuristic, which is what kind of why I like doing this, because I didn't trust anybody enough to particularly have a teacher or anything like that. Anyway, tangent. Hello. So this is reading is for me. We have something to offer. We want to offer our authenticity. We want to, we want to be loving and caring and demonstrative and like free flowing. And the Judgment card is letting go of how we might judge that or how others might judge that. I remember seeing a meme or something, and it was like, if you don't share something about yourself, and always in context, I mean, you don't want to like spill your beans everywhere, but like if you are assuming someone will judge you for something that you say, you're actually being judgmental of them. Right? Isn't that kind of fucking weird? But that's how it works. That's how judgment works. You are judging them as someone who would judge you. It's kind of trippy. Anyway, so we have something to offer. We want to gallantly like bring our cup of unconditional love out into the world, and judgment be damned, judgment of ourselves, judgment of others. And okay, up in the God spot, I use God, spirit, universe interchangeably. This is the higher perspective. The higher perspective is the emperor. And the emperor is father, masculine. It can also be a boss. It's who, like, people in power. And it doesn't have to be negative, like we don't have to read that in a negative light, but it's authority. Who is your authority? Is it spirit or God? Is it you? Is it other people? And maybe that's just sort of what we're pondering, but I'm getting like our inner authority, our sovereignty. That's kind of the gist that I'm getting from this Emperor card. But this is like a release. It's like we are the judge of us. Are you doing okay? Like, are you doing your best? Are you being honest with yourself about areas that you could improve in? Or are you being transparent with yourself? Are you recognizing patterns that you might have? Let go of judgment of all of that. It doesn't mean that we don't ignore it or, work on it or do our best to be a better and better person every day. But this is about our own inner authority. And the more honest we are with ourselves and others, and the more we are in our integrity, the more empowered we become, and empowered, again, is not like a bad word. There's nothing wrong with being empowered. We don't want to like take advantage of others or manipulate others or like use that power to control people. It's like a secret power. It's a power you don't need to like even demonstrate. You just have it. You're like a self-contained emperor, basically. I'm going to clarify each one of these. So what do we have to offer? What's this Knight of Cups want to? What's behind this Knight of Cups energy? In love and work, we got the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles. The Lovers card represents choices. So in the choices we make, we want to make choices based on unconditional love. The Eight of Pentacles, this is being proud of the work that we do, the effort that we put into the things that we're creating, whether that's a business or a home, etc. But we want to feel good about that. We want to feel proud of that. But with the Lovers card, we want to love unconditionally. And the Lovers card is making a choice that will expose your heart to potential hurt. All right. So the Judgment card, what's up with Judgment? Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning. Wands are fire. Fire is the spiritual journey, creativity. There's a spark, there's an idea. Aces are new beginnings. We want to begin anew. The Wands are also the journey of manifestation. So it's like we want to let go of judgment and start fresh. Whether this is on an actual real adventure or if this is just an internal spiritual shift. It's like we just want to start over, want to start fresh. And we can do that every day, every minute, actually. What's up with the Emperor? The World. This is the culmination of a large cycle. It's like being reborn, it's a rebirth. Like she's coming through the birth canal. The World card is the final card in the major arcana, and the major arcana are like big shifts and changes that we're going through. I always think of the world card as like, you go kindergarten through 12th grade in the US. And, every year you like go from one grade to the next. And then the world card is like high school graduation, and then you graduate high school and you're like, woohoo, for 5 days and you party with your friends. And then you're like, shit, I'm going to college or I'm going into the workforce. And you're like down at the bottom floor again. Like it's kind of that, like we are really like, it's a card of leveling up, a card of wrapping things up. I also sort of think about it in terms of the emperor is our own inner authority, and here's the world out here, and the world is going to do what the world is going to do, right? But we need to be sovereign. We need to be in control of ourselves, because that's literally all we can control ourselves, our reactions. All right. Let's do one of these. Okay. What will assist us? What is going to assist us in this refreshing new beginning? This starting over, forging on a new manifestation path. Maybe things have just gotten like, we have to make a choice. Like we have to choose different things. And that's what the Ace of Wands is signifying. Like maybe we have mastered something and we don't even know it. And it's time to move on to something new, because up here, God sees the Emperor. This is a level of mastery. And the Knight of Cups, knights always represent like new, like action in general. And this is like action based on unconditional love. So moving forward, we need to make a new choice, like whether that's work related or what are we building, but we have to let go of judgment. Like you start at the beginning. And we could be having feelings around being at a beginning. Maybe we never thought we'd be at a beginning. Oh, ride the wave. I mean, ride the wave is like going with the flow. What feels something like, what feels like you are flowing towards? What's in your, what do you see? What do you feel like, whether it's envisioning coming up for you? But there was something I was thinking about while I was shuffling that card. And it actually kind of goes with that card. It's like we don't even know where we are on the journey. You know what I mean? So maybe there's something that we want to start or begin, and it feels uncomfortable because we don't even know where we're at with regards to other things that we have going on. That's kind of weird. And then Ride the Wave came out. So, when you're in the wave, like who knows? I don't know how surfing works at all. Like at all. But you're just out in the ocean riding the waves, and you don't know when is the next big one gonna come. Is it gonna be a little wave, whatever, but you just keep like riding the waves and getting back on your surfboard. And you sort of start over a bunch of times, and the whole process is going out and surfing. You know what I mean? Going on a surfing excursion is kind of the whole process, but it's a lot of beginnings. And, maybe you fall one time, maybe you do great another time. Anyway, heal the ouch. What is going to assist us? This healing the ouch card feels like it goes with the Judgment card. I think we're just learning to ease up on the pressure on ourselves to be a certain way that is presentable or palatable to others, that so we think, you know what I mean? Everybody's changing. But if there are things that are popping up for you, this is happening for a lot of people that I know, but like old stuff, uh go with it, like feel your feelings, let that move through. And I was saying on the really long video yesterday, but I have been relaxing into my feelings when I've been feeling them, instead of being like, I'm so mad, or like, I'm so sad, where you curl up in a ball. I'm like, ooh, hold on, let me like loosen my body and feel that emotion go through. But we are healing the ouch, riding the wave, just going with the flow. It feels a little bit tumultuous, but we are in control of ourselves and what we do. Let's do a couple of moonology, and then I'm going to call it good because I got to get going to do some other stuff. Conclusions are within reach. Maybe things are wrapping up and we aren't even aware that they're wrapping up. Like we're personal issue reaches resolution, but it's still time to shift your focus on something else. That's what this feels like. Maybe we're standing around waiting for something to conclude, and that's actually making it a very frustrating process. We need to let go of what we think is going to happen with that and move forward with the Ace of Wands into whatever this new direction or thing is. And it could be like an internal like experience or lesson, or something new that we want to try. But waiting for whatever it is that, like, because the Knight of Cups is emotional. He's emotionally attached. So if we have something that we are like emotionally attached to, an outcome or a way that something should look, and it's not quite looking like that yet, or it doesn't look the way that we want it to, or we're like, how is this shit even going to end up? And they're saying conclusions are within reach. The resolution is going to happen without you watching it. A watched pot never boils, I mean, it does. It's just really lame and counterproductive to sit there watching it. So anyway, that is what I have for you today. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.